Alright, you can do it. You have your freedom. I like this. I like this. Yes. Freedom. Freedom is in your mind. Only you can unlock it. Free your mind. Alright. You can do it. You can do it. You know who get into the new. Alright. You know what you should do. You can do it. Revolutionize. You have your roots. You have your boots. Get into the new. I like this. You know what you should do. If I have to go tomorrow, then they send us together. Built from the same cut of glass, different metals, same paths, same math, different past. Rearrange the last, reconfigure the inner. The one we knew wouldn't wither. The one we knew we'd figure. The one we knew would make kin. The one we knew who lived within. The signs across the skies in sight was covered in writing. Childhood trauma, relationship drama, energy suckers manipulating fuckers with no understanding of love and lust and luck and trust and what means us. And there is no love when there's not trust. But figure the fucks it took would clear the fuss. But all we gave and all we gave up wasn't enough. And we had nothing left to give. So we chose to still live. Here we are with ultimatums and changes from the universe at will. We forgot we manifested this trip. And now we looking confused like, do we want to take part in this? Do we want to be a part of this? Who are we to argue this? Divine intervention in art, this is. I won't blame anything. We stand in the truth and experience we feel. What we know is art, what we know is real. Love. Love for growth, love for understanding, love for trust, love for foundation, appreciation for another relation, giving way to changes and sensations we dreamed of and prayed for, cause we knew we deserved, sacrificing the world for our own beloved earn. I watch as you sleep, peaceful, you speak to me. I smile cause you smile when I say I love you. I wonder what you're dreaming. I kiss a seed I plant. I manifest this land we own. We hone our home. Own. We yearn for fruitful purpose. We build foundations from communication up to community, cause we deserve what our eye sees. The passion we have for one another is founded in the lies another told us about ourselves. We were brought together, the weather doesn't matter, the shelter is rather the constant we gather. We are fading out of sight into our own right. Fade away into the night. Together, knowing the truth, seeing, feeling the fruits. We must still plant new roots. We got the one and whole to boot. So here
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You are tuned in to the Urban Conservative. My name is Chaz Neal, an activist based out of Minnesota. And with me today, I have John Tell Tolan with me.
Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. How y'all doing?
And we are being brought to you today by the Leon Block Independent Media. We are all about transparency, truth, and accountability. The Urban Conservative is about the news on the streets, gun violence, crime, politics, and how we solve our community's most hardest issues. How can we change our communities for the better? Let's get back to family, community, foundational roots. Let's make sure nobody gets left behind. Shut up and help. And we always start off with quotes. And today is actually two of them are from Takeoff. And I feel like when you're a revolutionary, things get thrown at you that, they say that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I feel like over the last 2 years, I've gotten so much stronger. And that's why these mean so much today to me, and rest in peace, Takeoff. Niggas, they hate me because they can't get rid of me. Face all your fears, then get at me. And really that last one, face all your fears, then get at me, is because I've chose to forget mine and rise. And rise. Not run, but rise. So when people are ready to rise and stop running, then y'all can get at me, because I live in my truth every day.
That's right.
So I just want people to really do remember that. And the first, today is Throwback Thursday, and really, I'm probably gonna switch to call it Transparency Thursday, because
I like that.
Really, that's what's something that I'm really about, is transparency. And so where we're gonna start off, it's election season, and I'm not telling people to vote either way, Republican or Democrat. I would choose for y'all to vote, if you're gonna vote, to vote red or independent. There's other candidates out here, but I really want to get into this Attorney General race here in Minnesota. And what we're going to get into, the first clip, is Toussaint Morrison, an activist based out of Minnesota. And I feel like, for me personally, that this isn't transparency. This isn't being truthful. Not saying that he isn't being truthful. He's not being transparent. And there's a lot of hypocrisy, hypocrite, for me, involved in this reel, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to play it, and then I'm going to point out the hypocrite in all of this. So,
Ellison for the Twins not making the playoffs and the temperature dropping in winter.
His record says no. Keith Ellison is extreme. He let violence spread like cancer.
Oh, that's not true. First off, he let violent crime spread like cancer. Horrible analogy. Horrible use of words, Jim. Secondly, he let it rise to 63%, like he wanted that to happen. What do you think? Keith Ellison woke up one morning and was like, yes, you know what I'd like to see? Crime rise. 63%. No more, no less. 63% on the dot. Look at this graph. Look at this graph. This graph is of violent crime in the country. It is spiked everywhere. So unless you're blaming Keith Ellison for crime rising across the country, you are sorely mistaken. At this rate, Jim Schultz is going to blame Keith Ellison for the Twins not making the playoffs and the temperature dropping in winter.
His record says no.
So I want to get into this a little bit, because for the simple fact of, that when we talk about crime and Jim Schultz isn't lying. Now, Mr. Morrison is going to sit on here and give you a narrative of why Jim is lying. Well, I'm going to give the facts of why Morrison is up here giving us narrative that isn't truthful, because, and I'm going to say it like this, it's failed Democratic policy, which Keith Ellison is a Democrat. Now, Ellison was behind the defund the police movement. Was he started? No, he was somebody that jumped behind it, right? As long as this young individual right here with the man bun is pushing also defund the police, but also isn't out here combating the violence. Now, we'll get on here, make reels talking about how we need to get rid of the police, how the police are so bad, but yet only comes to talk at buildings. Isn't actually boots on the ground. So this isn't somebody that I would prefer to listen to personally, because you're helping push a candidate that did allow violent crime to spike. Now, if we really want to, I'm going to give to the reasonings why, right? So they wanted to defund the police. What has happened? We've lost police officers while police budgets have gotten bigger. But yet, where does all that money go? It goes to drones. It goes to militarize our police departments. It goes to protect more property. It doesn't go to protect the people. So we want somebody like that who doesn't like to persecute cops. And I don't give a fuck that Schultz was endorsed by police officers or by police unions, for the simple fact that the Democrats have allowed the police unions to get as big as they are, to be able to control the way that they are, because they like to complain about these PACs. Where's all this dirty money coming from? Like, you know, you see all these ads right now. They like to point out these ads, but they don't ever like to point out their shit. Right? So because there's nothing different that these Republicans are doing that the Democrats aren't doing themselves. Right. And it's like calling the kettle black. You know, look in the mirror, because they're not doing anything different. They like to say that there's this Hill, Minnesota PAC right now that is really pushing a lot of the walls failed. Just a lot of the Republican things right now. So, and then they want to say that Donald Trump endorsed Jensen. Well, Obama endorsed Walls. What's any different? Because I don't like Obama either. I think Obama hurt black people more than he helped them. I'm going to be honest, and anybody can say whatever they want. I'm glad that a black man, that somebody that they considered a black man, was president. But can we actually get somebody that has a story like mine, a black story, somebody that knows what a fucking wish me sandwich is?
Talk about it.
Somebody that knows how to make Kool-Aid. Somebody that maybe had to dumpster dive. Somebody that had to break the law to feed their family. Somebody that had sat in a prison cell.
Obama ain't never been through any of that.
None of that. He ain't never. That's what I'm saying. These people that talk about black excellence ain't never. Now, black excellence to me in the NBA is Allen Iverson. A man that before he went to college, went to prison for something that he shouldn't even have went to prison for. If people don't know Allen Iverson's story out of Virginia, please go look it up. that is a testament that you can make it. Because that's a hell of a story if you don't know Allen Iverson's, how he started off when in Virginia at the bowling alley and got into a huge fight protecting himself, but yet he was the one that the aggressors didn't go to jail. He went to prison as a black man.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yet he overcame that. It wasn't easy, but there was only one man out there that believed in him, John Thompson. The great John Thompson, the coach. Went on to Georgetown, then was the first pick in the NBA draft. Philadelphia 76ers. I will always remember Allen Iverson, not for the things that he did on the court. Oh, I'll remember that, but it was the things before the court that made him who Allen Iverson is today. So people have to, even Kobe got a story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his dad was Jelly Bean Bryant. Yeah, he came from a little money, but Kobe got a story too. Jordan, you know, we got to think about these people before they got to where they were at.
Right.
You know, because everybody got a story. Does everybody want to hear that story though? Because I don't hear when I look at Obama, when I look at let me think of Cedric Frazier or Warnock, Herschel Walker, any black man right now that I feel like is running for politics, that actually not that is running, but is actually in a seat, don't have a story like mine. Like maybe one or two, like John Thompson out of Minnesota, but they booted him out of here for telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? So why as a black man do I want to rock behind any politician, especially when people that have my story are getting pushed out for telling the truth of their story and trying to make change so that people don't have to follow in their story? I thought that's what this was all about, was reaching, teaching, making it better. Making it better, but how are we supposed to make it better if y'all want to go with the same embedded system and not want to change it? You can't say that you're out here for the people.
It's delusional. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have to be informed as voters when it comes to this, because, and I'm not saying that if we vote for Schultz that everything is going to change. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that make your vote matter. Make your vote matter. That's all that I'm saying. Because, and go to the ballot, go to the voting box, informed, educated. Don't go in there blind and just vote for somebody because you think that the other side, oh, they want to do this, they want to do that. No, go look for yourself. That's all I'm asking. Go look for yourself. But I'll tell you right now, Ellison isn't going to make shit better out here. He's not going to persecute anymore. If you're a BLMer, he's not going to persecute any more cops unless we force him to. It's the same thing with Jim Schultz. Only difference is with Schultz, I know you guys are going to be more than happy to go to that man's house. But when it comes to Ellison, y'all like to keep him all safe and warm. You know what I'm saying? Because I done plenty times wanted to go to this man's house. And I don't know how many times have been told by black leaders, no, or organization leaders, no, that's not a good move. We need him. Fuck we need him for? I don't need no bootlicker. I don't need nobody that's going to sit there and tell me, oh, I got you because we from the same place. No, we ain't. No, we not.
Talk about it.
We're not from the same place. You ain't never had to go into St. Cloud and have them bars closed behind you. You ain't never had to get strip searched to go see your family, to bend over and cough. So don't tell me you've been where I've been at. You ain't had to sit in a cell because you're innocent and the system screwed you over. So don't tell me we've been in the same areas because you don't know. So sit your ass down and listen and learn. That's the one thing that I'm really liking about these Republicans right now. If anybody really wants to know, because they want to listen and learn. They want to listen and learn. You know, I had a reporter reach out to me from the Star Tribune this week. One in the right, and actually the story came out this morning, and I did send it to you. And I did reach out to the lady to talk, but when I really thought about it, for what? It's not going to change shit. I'm not about to be used anymore for political agendas, because the shit don't help. That shit don't help. What I want is people to come and listen and learn and stop telling us what we want when we're telling y'all what we need and we're still not getting it. Because you keep on telling us what we want and then giving us what we don't even want or even need and make it harder. That's what I don't understand. So when you go to the ballot, November 8th, which is what's today's Thursday, so we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days. 4 days. 4 days.
It's crunch time, y'all. It's crunch time.
Definitely crunch time. You know, and I wish honestly that I could. I wish I was a confident. I wish I would even consider myself a journalist, because I would love to interview some of these people. And no, I'm not. I don't. You know what? I don't. Here's my thing of it is, and this is the reasoning why I don't want to be called that. Because for me, I'm all about. I just want to report. I'm not the most smartest, individual, and not saying that you got to be smart to do this. But I'm learning every day just as long as well of that. I'm hoping people as well are learning every day. But the reason why I don't want to consider myself a journalist, an activist, or any of that is because I consider myself all facets. I'm an organizer. I'm a leader. I'm somebody that can also stand in solidarity and be a comrade. I could be, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to wear one hat, because I wear all hats.
You could wear multiple hats, bro.
But that's why I feel like I wear multiple hats, because I don't want to be that one facet type of guy, because
I'm the same way. It's multiple sides,
Right.
I acknowledge all of them, but I let people know when people ask, "What do you do?" I say, "I do a lot." What part of me do you want to know about? Because I could touch on a number of things, and that's where I leave it at.
Right.
Because there's not one thing that describes me, same as you. So for me, I just say I do a lot.
Because I've gotten, like, there's not many people that I've met in this movement that have authored legislation. Me, myself, have written multiple. I've authored, a resolution in Red Wing that was passed in 2021, last August, proclaiming racism a public health crisis. Also wrote Protect Our Babies, which is a resolution about gun violence. There's just so much that, and I don't see that, but then it was like, when I got to meet you,
right?
I know we met during Dante, then the wrongful killing of Dante. No, I remember you from Brooklyn Center.
Really?
But it was like, even in Akron though, just like where I bonded, it's even like with Soup, man. It's like we do things that people aren't out here doing, and we get take the most shit.
Yeah.
Take the most shit. You know what I'm saying? And it sickens me, because I see it pushes people like us further and further and further away from getting real justice. And before we go on commercial, I just want to read this real quick. and it's protect our babies. So whereas everyday Americans are shot and killed by gun violence, and there are countless others injured, whereas Americans are 25 times more likely to be murdered with guns than people in other developed countries, and whereas protecting public safety in the communities they serve is the mayor's highest responsibility, and whereas support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens go hand in hand with keeping guns away from dangerous people, where last summer was one of the deadliest for our youth. Anaya, Ladavion, Trinity, London, Vanessa, Nicholas, Jamari, Deshaun would have been a year older, and whereas to honor all victims whose lives are cut short by gun accidents or violence, and those who are survivors injured by gunshots, where the idea was inspired by a group of concerned citizens who asked the city of Minneapolis to commemorate the lives by wearing orange. We choose orange because hunters wear orange to announce themselves to other hunters when out in the woods, and orange is a color that symbolizes human life. Whereas we renew our commitment to reduce gun violence and pledge to do all we can do to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and to encourage responsible gun ownership to help keep our children safe. Whereas the root causes of violence is lack of equity in social economics, lack of opportunity, disinvestment in communities of color, and whereas we need pro-social organizations that have long-term sustainable funding to help prevent gun violence, provide behavioral science teachings, conflict resolution, and shame reduction to our communities most impacted. Now, therefore, we community members and organizations that have signed on to this demand to proclaim that we need resources and funding to address gun violence in our communities. So, that's something that it really needs to be, and it's not just about the resources; it's about educating, because it's not guns that kill people; it's the people who shouldn't have guns that are out here killing people.
Right.
You know, so that's what I want people to realize. But there's also issues further deeper than that of why they have guns, and that's what we honestly need to solve, is because people shouldn't be fearful or have to feel like they need a gun to protect their property, or that they need to ride around with guns. And that's what we really need to realize, that that's what America has came to, is you're better having it than without it. You know, would you rather be judged by 12 or carried by 6? That's what it really comes down to. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's always looking for an opportunity. And I'm behind reparations, but if we don't educate people on financial literacy and how to invest their money and how to grow that money, it's only going to cause more crime. Because we've seen that with all the money that was going around with PPP loans and all of the scams. All it did was make crime more rampant. So with that, we're going to take a small commercial break, and we will be right back.
for yourself. Go on with your bad self. You got this.
We back. So the next story that we're gonna get into, and we really just keeping it with the same kind of theme, is the gun violence. Now, this next clip that we're about to play is from CBS, and they're talking about a situation that actually just happened the other night, where at the Union Liquor Store in North Minneapolis, there was gunfire. So that was just last night. Today's Thursday. I need to get up on my days. Always. Like I said, if you haven't, go follow, like, and share. Always. But they was on Tuesday night at the Union Liquor Store, there was a shooting on the block. Now this is a very high populated area, and it's not the first time that this has been a shooting at this particular establishment. It's no different than Winners and Merwin's, if you're familiar with the Minneapolis area. But see, they don't mention at first. Oh yeah, they do. At first, there wasn't nothing mentioned about a woman on the bus. But you see this story. Now we're gonna play a clip, but I got another story that we're gonna do right after this. That was a few hours later in the same exact spot.
You talking about the joint from the Star Tribune?
No, there should have been. Wasn't there a video with the CBS? Woman struck by bullet while riding Metro bus.
Let me double check here on this. It might be the thing that's. Hold on.
I think it was at the top.
Forgive me. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, it's
on the screen it has the weather, but that might be.
Yeah, it was like Robin Roberts. They like do the little, you gotta let it feel the forecast. Okay.
Right.
Breaking news, yo. Woman shot.
Okay, here we go.
Hopefully we got some chances of showers coming and that ground's not frozen yet. We need it.
Thank you.
No.
We are so excited, we just can't hide it.
I'm so excited. I know. I'm about to lose.
I'm done. I am not here to endorse any other mainstream media network.
No, that's why I switched up the words.
Hell yeah. I don't know. Wow, I didn't know that.
That was the Pointer Sisters, I think.
Yep.
I know.
Shout out to the Pointer Sisters. Hold on, so this might be it here.
Learned about the past and the future of one of the largest Hindu temples in the United States.
Nope, guess not. Not the right article. So I'm not sure if there's a.
No, there was because I just if so there is if you go back and just click on it, it's that I swear there was. So let me see if and then God does the weather thing all over again.
No, it's like there's like a little slide thing.
Oh, is it? Well, never mind it then.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
So yeah, then. Oh, that was actually Tuesday morning. Let me get my facts straight. At 4:30 that morning, there was a 17-year-old shot. So in that same area, it was walking. I don't know the hell he walking. Then felt pain. Damn, that's crazy. Crazy. You can't even be walking down the street 4:30 in the morning and not get hit.
Right.
That's insane. And I don't be trying to, this is my thing of it is, right? I'm not telling people that it's safe down here or anything like that. What I'm telling you is, I'm not even telling you that it's dangerous. What I'm telling you is you got to have situational awareness. Right. You have to be aware of your situations. So, and what that means is that you're situational awareness. So when you know the difference of when you come over to North Minneapolis, you can't just be, having, when you go to the store, just pull all your money out. People are there for there's opportunists out here. So when they see an opportunity, they go grab it. They go take it. You can't just be like that. So people downtown Minneapolis, stop flashing. You ain't got to put on everything just to go shopping at Target or to go to Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really think about what you're doing and where you're at. You ain't got to wear your best just to go to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop giving these people opportunities because they watch that. And make sure you're not being followed. It don't mean that you crazy, that you look behind you, or if you see a car following you, be like, damn, are they following me? Right. It don't mean you crazy. It just means that you got situational awareness. Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Always be prepared. You have to be in today's times. I mean, you got people that are riding the bus. You got people preparing their kids, waiting for the bus, out here getting hit by cars or getting hit by bullets. When is that ever okay? Because I'll tell you right now, I feel like people are so desensitized to damn near everything nowadays. Literally, like, desensitized because we see it on TV. We see it on social media, but social media actually be real, You actually do see real videos of people getting killed. And how are we not supposed to be desensitized? The way that the world pushes. I mean, we see people get murdered in stores and they be open 4 or 5 hours later.
Talk about it.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Or I've seen situations here where, people have gotten murdered and killed, and for days after, there's still blood on the sidewalks, or, body fluids, parts. Well, not so much like, but I don't know what to exactly call it, like matter,
Crazy.
Yeah, they don't even clean up shit. Or sometimes they don't even get all the evidence. Still be shell casings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't understand it. Like, we're so desensitized because I remember seeing my first dead body. Young as hell. Shooting my first gun. I know I didn't have no silencers though. not a potato. That shit, that just sounded old as hell, didn't it? 'Cause, you know, when you see the potato on the gun, you be like, damn, that's like the 70s. No, that's like the 80s and the 90s. We didn't have Call of Duty type weapons yet. GTA. I just want people to be informed this year. Just to be informed, man. Because it's such a dangerous world out here. It is, you know, and I've been sitting here thinking about everything for the last couple of days. And I look at some of these politicians, and all I can think about is, how does a man, especially as a man that has kids, that has daughters, that has sisters, I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why I can't vote for Keith Ellison, because he likes to put his hands on women. I don't like. I can't deal with that type of shit. I don't stand with it. And for me is, how do individuals, so I'm talking to BLM, how do y'all get with women beaters? How do y'all promote women beaters? How do you endorse women beaters? People that don't like women, so just, and then all I hear when we marching is protect our black women. But y'all allow this man to beat black women. Make it make sense to me. If the hypocrisy is not real, and I don't even know if I just said that right. I probably didn't, but it made sense.
I can't with you.
It made sense. That's all that mattered.
Right.
It made sense. Did that not make sense? Tell me it doesn't.
No, you're right.
How do you promote something that, and this is the crazy part for me, is BLM was started by 3 black women, right? Now, but they stand with so many women beaters. I don't get it.
Money talk.
Bullshit walk, right? Right. No, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Facts.
It's shit, just the shit that we stand for, though. You know what I mean? And I really, honestly, I don't care about somebody's past. It's not to call out. I've had my own domestic situations back in the day. Not anything recent. Let me put that out there. But I've taken accountability. I ain't never ran from it. I ain't never dodged it. Anything in my life, I have faced it and been accountable for it and learned from it. But when we have these politicians that won't take accountability for their wrongs, how can we trust them? That's what I don't understand, because I would rather a person be open and honest about their shit than somebody that sits there and hide it or wants to run from it. So people want to, oh, you're a criminal. At least I can take it. I took an accountability for my shit. Don't sit there. You could call me an ex-convict, whatever you want to call me, but at least I took an accountability for my shit. So when other people like Keith Ellison, Donald Trump, Walls, that have sat there and raped our communities, have stole from our communities and helped, but yet y'all want to get mad at me because I've been actually held accountable and the system doesn't want to hold them accountable? Fuck you. Yeah, like that says, drop the charges.
Facts.
Dead ass, man. No, and we do it all the time. We do it all the time. I see it even in these police departments. They promote cops that have abusive records, that sit there and will go home and black and blue they wives, but yet their buddies won't tell them stop hitting their wives. None, they just look the other way. So how is that a good cop?
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? How is that? We just let these motherfuckers get away with shit. We just look the other way because at the end of the day, most of the people that are in our communities do the same shit, and the community looks the other way because we're desensitized to this shit.
Yup.
We're desensitized to it. We think that this shit's okay. That shit's not okay. It's never okay to hit a woman. Never okay to hit a woman. But yet we see it every day. And we'll make excuses for him. Oh, he was having a bad day. Well, damn, I'd hate to see you have a terrible day. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
why I sit there and there's a cop in Red Wing, Minnesota, Sergeant Brian Medlin, who's a woman beater. And I used to make him feel so little because I would literally get in his face and call him all types of bitches. But see, when you keep it about their profession and not them personally, you can get away with that shit because it's freedom of speech.
Right.
You know,
When it becomes a person, it's a threat.
right. So when I called him Sergeant Grosso or Grasso, Sergeant Fat Ass,
Right.
it's about their profession.
Right.
I'm not talking about them personally. So people got to remember that. And not Grasso, my bad. I didn't mean to put him out there like that. That is actually a sergeant in Red Wing. But I didn't mean to put him out there like that. That just kind of slipped. Because I was so used to, man, I used to get them so red in the face. They used to be so hot. I remember one time the dude was like, we were out because there was these, I don't know, Red Wing racist as fuck, man. But there was this altercation one night, dude that pulled a knife out on me. And police were all on me. You know how it go for a black man. But I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, like that's the one thing that I can't stand is for a police officer to act like he's de-escalating the situation when motherfucker you're escalating it.
Right. Right.
You know, could stop telling me how to feel when I literally, this little punk ass 18, 19-year-old kid pulls a fucking hunting knife out, not no switchblade, but pulls an illegal inch blade out on me. And yet nothing happens to him, but yet they want to come at me for saying if you come any closer to me with that knife, I'm gonna beat your ass for terroristic threats. But when I was like, boy, I'm done with y'all, man. I'm done. That's why I don't call police. Police ain't never helped.
They only escalate situations.
Right. So that's why I don't call. That's why I don't call. That's why I be daring a motherfucker to come to my house, come anywhere around where I live trying to start some shit because I'm shooting first, asking questions later. Because it's my Second Amendment right.
That's right.
Regardless if I got a felony or not, best believe I got some hot lead for that ass. Ain't coming out no water faucet. I'm just saying. Just saying. Now run tell that. Since y'all like to call people POs and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, run and tell that. Oh yeah. Yeah, they know I know. They know I know. They know I know. But when you are by any means necessary and you live in your truth, you ain't got nothing to be worried about.
Talk about it.
I don't got nothing to be ashamed of. I talk about my shit, anything that I've ever done in life, because I want people to learn from it and not follow in those same mistakes. because I'm not. This is my thing of it is because I've always seen it that, and I tell these young men all the time out here on these streets, there's a better way. There's a better way. You don't have to stop doing what you're doing, but there's a way to do it legally. They just don't want you to know that. They just don't want you to know that. You can be your own brand. You ain't gotta go, just like how we go spend all that money for cookies, weed. We can be our own weed. Y'all could go buy your own cookies. You know what I'm saying? You could be your own cookies. We gotta start believing in ourselves.
Exactly. That's why we here exist ourselves, the Leon Black Independent Media.
Right.
We got tired of not being able to talk about the truth or to share truths. You know?
Speak on it. You know, and that's one thing, and this just to bring up about Adidas is I just seen a report from I think it's Money Street, I don't know, some kind of financial website, and Wall Street Journal, and they were talking about how everybody's saying that Kanye's gonna hurt more from Adidas dropping him, but honestly, not really. When you look at it, that Yeezys were 60% when our Yeezys was 60% of Adidas profits. I don't think Kanye is the loser in this deal. So I want people to really think about that. And any closing comments today?
For me, I just think that people really need to pay attention to the fact that the freedom is there if you want it to voice your opinion on shit.
Right.
Don't be afraid. You know what I mean? Usually I have a whole big thing to wrap up the things we talk about, but I'm stumped today. I don't have a big long thing. That's odd. What's up with you, John Tell? What the hell?
You know what, though? It's that type of season because you're seeing so much money spent on fuck shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So, we'll be back tomorrow with whatever you want to call it.
Flashback Friday, y'all.
We're calling it Flashback right now, but we're probably going to switch the name just like we did today with Transparency. So, until tomorrow, till next time, meditate through the pain and celebrate the ties that bond, liberate our people, and educate our youth so we can stop the bloodshed. Be the change. Win or fail, freedom or jail, heaven or hell, wish me well.